Don't be shy, 'cause life won't bring you down too far.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. Once again, I'm delighted to be joined all the way over in the States by Mikaela Maya. Mikaela, we spoke a little bit off camera there that you're starting to make a little bit of noise here in the UK. A lot of it quite negative or bad press, or however you want to say it, but at least you're making some noise. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I mean, assuming Terri Harper holds on to her belt, it's going to be a big fight. So I know a lot of the UK fans out there probably are Team Harper, but that's okay. It's going to be an exciting fight. I know they're going to tune in anyway, so it is what it is.
Did you watch the Terri Harper Jonas fight, and what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Well, I did a pre-fight kind of prediction with Sky Sports about what I thought was going to happen, and you know, my point was, don't underestimate Jonas. You know, she has a lot of experience that Harper doesn't have. You know, Harper has 11 amateur fights. I learned that on the fight during her ring walk, but and only 10 pro. So I knew that Natasha Jonas was no chump. I knew that she was gonna step up, but I also knew that she has a tendency to go straight back, and that's how she loses or gets caught. That's how she got caught with the last one, who, what's her name, Obanoff or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was just hoping that she didn't back herself up against the ropes. And after the fight ended in a draw, that was sort of the reason why, is because she let Terri Harper sort of back her up, because I think she was winning those exchanges. Even as she was backing up the inside work, she was winning the inside work, and she was doing really well. She stunned Terri Harper, but you know, you can't let the champ back you up. That gets you a draw, not a win. So I was happy with the decision.
You're happy with the decision, obviously, because you want the Terri Harper fight. That you've been screaming for that fight for so long. But for you, who won that fight for you?
No, I'm being honest when I think that I tell you I'm happy with the draw. I think that Natasha Jonas did the better inside work. I think she landed the cleaner punches. But this is boxing. I was looking at it from the perspective of what a judge would be looking at, because I know that if you really want to take the belt away from the champion, you have to make it decisive. And there were moments where Jonas let herself back up and let Terri look like the aggressor. She would have won 2 more of those rounds. I would have given Jonas 2 more of those rounds and given her the decision if she didn't let herself get backed up to the ropes. That was my only problem. That was my only issue. I think that she was sharp. She had the better inside work. I think they both need to work more on their inside game. They're very like forehead to forehead, which is really not effective. But you know, she did get the better combinations on the inside. She just let herself get backed up, and I didn't like that. So I was happy with the draw.
Again, if this fight does come ahead, how would you approach the Terri Harper fight? You won't let Terri push you back? Are you just going to be one of them fights where you meet in the middle sort of thing?
I wouldn't let Terri push you back, and it's a simple fix. You know, she was literally letting herself get walked back. Her feet were coming together, but that's just a lack of inside game, right? So when you're fighting each other inside, you have to hold your ground. And Jonas should know that from the amateurs. You want to stay in the center of the ring. So you should have known that. But you want to hold your front foot in the pocket and, if anything, rock back on your back foot, but not let yourself get pressed against the ropes. And Terri Harper wouldn't be able to hang with me on the inside because her forehead is literally right in the center. She's open for uppercuts. She's open for body shots. She just sort of walked Jonas back. It really wasn't effective, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. And in the judge's eyes, I can see why it made her look like the aggressor.
Like I said as well, you made a little bit of noise over here with the interacting with the UK fight fans on Twitter and whatnot. So that being said, I mean, it's good banter back and forth with the fans and yourself and stuff like that. Like I was going down your sort of tweets and reading them and stuff. But are you opening to come to the UK to fight Terri? I know you're mandatory for BRONICA, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But Are you open to coming to the UK?
I definitely want to eventually fight in the UK. I think that honestly, nobody really knows who Terri Harper here is who Terri Harper is here in the United States. So, you know, maybe it would make sense since I do have more of a name out there in the UK than she does here in the US. But I will have a belt also. You know, if she was the only one with the belt, then I guess she would definitely have more leverage when it came to that conversation. But I'm gonna have a belt too. I'm gonna get that WBO belt from BRONICA, and so it's definitely gonna be an interesting conversation about where this fight is going to be held. I want to do the most we can for women's boxing. I want the most eyes to be on this fight as possible. So I'm willing to I'm open to it. But we'll see because we're both going to be champs, and you know, we both want, I think that Terri also wants the world to be watching and for this to be a big fight. So we'll do what we got to do.
Definitely. Let's talk about BRONICA then. I saw an Instagram post that you put out that you were patiently waiting. You've not heard anything from her team. Have you heard anything yet? Has been any negotiations going ahead or anything like that?
I'm hearing little things here and there. Like, obviously I'm sitting by my phone because I'm just dying to know what the next step is. And I'm like secretly wondering what Eddie has up his sleeve because, you know, he's no dummy. I know he invested money in BRONICA. Now he's thinking, how am I going to get my return? Mikaela, he knows I'm going to take the belt from her. I think he knows that. And so now he's thinking, how can I get my return on the investment I made with AOS since I can't feed her to Terri Harper? People have been tweeting me with their ideas, and someone came at me this morning saying that he wants to have this fight in Poland so that he can start doing DAZN shows worldwide, which is, I guess, his goal. So I think that maybe it will go to the purse bid. You know, that's supposed to happen tomorrow, actually, because if you look on the WBO site, it says tomorrow morning. So I think it will go to purse bid. I think he's going to try and have it in Poland because he knows she's a draw there, so it'll be a big show, and that way he can, you know, at least get a big show, a DAZN show in Poland before, you know, he loses the belt to her. So to me, but we'll see. I know that my promoter is on board. I know they're going to do their best. I know they're going to fight for me. I know they want this world title for me. So hopefully he doesn't have to go to bid. Hopefully they can come to agreement tonight and we can wrap this up. But, you know, we'll see.
Definitely. Eddie said, I remember you saying that about the travel ban, and Eddie said there's no travel ban, and it makes sense either in Poland or the US. Now we know that Eddie's put on loads of US shows as well, but I guess it's the whole quarantine type thing when you arrive and stuff like that. But for you, you're saying it looks like it might be in Poland, but for you would want it in Vegas, right?
This needs to happen in America. I mean, it's America. Like, we need to have this fight on ESPN in the United States. Like, I don't think it'll serve the good of women's boxing, serve the growth of women's boxing to have it in Poland. Yeah, it might be great for Eddie because he can start to expand his shows worldwide, and I'm sure there'll be a draw because, you know, I'm sure BRONICA has a name there in Poland. But I think this fight belongs in America, and I don't think it's any risk to him because it's not like she's going to come over here and get robbed. Yeah. It would have to be close for her to get robbed, and it's not going to be close. Like, I'm definitely taking that belt. So I don't think it's a risk to him. I think he should just hand her over to us, and then maybe we can talk about something over there for me and Terri Harper.
Well, that's the thing. I think if you have a world title, Terry's got the world title, that just makes it a mega fight for women's boxing. And there's even talk about an all women's fight card. Do you know what I mean? Because I think women's boxing right now is Eddie Hearn himself said there isn't men's boxing, there isn't women's boxing anymore. It's just boxing because women, I mean, the depth of talent's getting bigger. You've proven that you can fight. Women can fight, you know what I mean? So Eddie Hearn said himself that there isn't women's boxing, there isn't men's boxing, it's just boxing nowadays. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Eddie Hearn has signed a handful of women. You know, I respect that. Women's boxing's on the rise. There's some really exciting fights now. It's just, we can't be denied at all. But, you know, people, I still think I have the best promoter. I still think that the network we have here on ESPN is the biggest sporting network in the world. And so I want the big fights to happen here with us. But, you know, I do want to come over to the UK, and I do appreciate what he's trying to do for women's boxing. So But, you know, at the end of the day, he's doing great things, and he is a smart guy. I'll give him his credit. But, I mean, he did put Terri Harper in a position that she can't really hang with. Like, he got her a world title at 10 fights. Great. I guess that's what your promoter is supposed to do. But I think that he should also be preparing his fighters to be able to defend that belt and hold on to it. And Terri Harper's not ready to hold on to that belt. She's not ready for the heat that's coming her way and the top girls in this division, because it's a very competitive division. So unfortunately, she's not going to go undisputed, but she tried.
Talking about undisputed then, before I let you go, Mikaela, Katie Taylor's got her rematch this Saturday night against Delphine Persoon. Will you be watching? If you are, what's your thoughts on that fight?
Yeah, I'm so excited for this fight. I really am. The last one was awesome, and there was a huge debate on whether Katie really deserved that decision or not. I watched the interview with Persoon that Matchroom tweeted the other day, or Sky Sports, and her argument about them cutting the last round 15 seconds. I'm like wondering if that's true, because that would be crazy. But it just really depends who adjusts. Like, I know Katie Taylor is a professional, and part of me sees her as going back to the drawing board and being able to make those adjustments. And then another part of me thinks that, okay, she has her specific style. Like, she has that one style, she's really good at it, but can she really adjust that much? Because Persoon really walked straight through her punches and just came at her hard. So if Persoon does that again, I don't know. I think we're going to have like another really close fight. It just matters if Katie Taylor was able to make those adjustments, because, there were some major adjustments that needed to be made, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Right, Mikaela, as always, I enjoy my conversations with you. Hopefully, the next time I talk to you, there's a big fight on the line. You've got the BRONICA fight as well, so I'll get a conversation with that. Again, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for bringing this to IFL TV, and catch up with you soon.
Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.